Today we're going to talk about something very important when it comes to solo sections on songs. And actually it's kind of two things that I think make all the difference, but I just never hear anybody talk about. But that's what we do here. We try to talk about all things that separate mediocre music from the great songs that you want to hear over and over again. And welcome to Music with Marky. When I think about the songs and the guitar leads and great songs that made me want to pick up and learn the guitar, they generally have, to one degree or another, this one thing in common. And what took me a while to understand after I started learning guitar is that it wasn't just about the lead guitar itself, but we'll come back to that in a moment. The thing that I'm talking about is structure, compositional structure, a beginning, a middle, and an end. How many songs do you hear where the lead break is just basically like the stream of consciousness, a flurry of showing off guitar skills, and doesn't really go anywhere? It's basically serving as a section of the song for the singer to go get a drink. You don't remember anything about these lead parts, and you're certainly not going back and listening to the song again just to hear it. So I said this wasn't about the lead guitar itself, and I'm going to demonstrate this in two sections. The first section is about the lead, and the second section might surprise you. I'm going to take 16 measures of music here that could be the lead break in any song, and we're going to build a solo that has the structure we're speaking of. We're going to start off with some kind of melody that's repeatable and maybe even kind of sticks in your head. It's going to be something in this vein. That's the beginning part of the solo, and I'll probably do it twice and put like a little bit of a different ending on each repeat of it. After that, the solo's kind of up and running and we're getting into the middle of it. And here I want to stick something a little bit flashy in, maybe improv a little bit, or some kind of loop that plays over the chords, because that's always pleasing, especially for people who don't play guitar, for their ears. Something, yeah. Something like that. I'm going to play it several times over the chord changes. And finally, as we approach the end of the solo, I want the whole thing to build to the next part. I'm going to rephrase the melody again an octave higher, and then build to a big climactic kind of ending that flows into the next part. Something that says, oh boy, here's the end of the song, instead of, oh, I just ran out of some notes to play. Let's hear it all together. Okay, there's the first of two things, section one, if you will. Now we're going to talk about section two, which really has nothing to do with the lead and everything to do with the rest of the band. How many times when you hear a lead break, does it just sound like a bunch of notes over a section of the song that you already heard? It could basically just be a cut and paste job from another section of the song. If you really want to build that beginning, middle, and climactic ending, the rest of the band should be on board with that as well. In the example we just heard, the backing music behind the solo was just the basic verse of the song, played with the closed hi-hat and the rhythm guitar not building any kind of intensity, or the bass player not doing anything to build intensity toward the end of it as well. So let's go ahead and what's changed behind it. Let's have the drums open up a little bit in the second half and move towards the ending. Let's have the guitar, the rhythm guitar, get more intense, a little bit more distorted, a little bit more open with the chords. And let's have the bass actually do some kind of fill riding out of it into the next section. And over all that, we're going to do the exact same lead, and look at how the energy changes because the band changed too. there you have it. Structure, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Something behind the lead part that allows the lead player to take and play a story instead of just a bunch of word salad. If your desire is to be more than just a mediocre lead player, then this is the foundation of it. It gives you an opportunity to make music instead of just kind of show off a bunch of flashy techniques very randomly. And thinking about the structure of the solo over the structure of that background as well, some kind of melody and some kind of beginning, middle, and end, as I keep saying, it's going to make something that people want to hear over and over again. And so if you have any questions or comments, any further thoughts, please leave them below. I get back to everybody as soon as I can. And until next time, guys, keep making great music. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.